Hi, Roger. I'm Ariana. Nice to meet you.
Hi, how are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good. Is there a rumor? Are you Northwestern?
I did go to Northwestern for grad school.
Okay.
I did not
I'm
know
a-
that you knew that at all, or if that was the rumor. But yeah, I did go to Northwestern for grad
All
school.
right.
But did you go to Northwestern?
Undergrad.
Oh, cool, 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 cool.
Okay.
So the last film you wrote and directed was Cruel Intentions 2. Why did you decide that Beautiful Disaster was going to be
Yeah.
your next combo of writing and directing?
Um, well, I have a part in writing everything I work on, I just I don't my attitude is I don't go after the credits. On I find that obnoxious when
Mhm.
directors do that. It's like my name's on the poster enough. Uh, so my wife doesn't love me anymore if she sees my name on the poster. So and I'm also a member of the Writers Guild. And I know, but it's kind of funny. Like, yeah, this is my first writing credit since Cruel Intentions too. That's why I laughed when you said that. That's the first time I've heard that actually. Um, yeah, but sorry, what was the
Why did you decide that this would be your next writing credit, this movie?
it just it just so happened that like it's been I guess that long since I've written something from scratch that actually got made. I've been like something never I either never got the credit or I never took the credit or I don't funny how things work out. Wow, that's a while. Um,
But you have been directing for
yeah,
quite some time in basically very pivotal things like Pretty Little Liars was huge. After
yeah.
we collided. Um, it seems nowadays, and you, of course, was a part of this when it was popular before, but it seems like romance films are slowly starting to become back more popular, and it's not just like a bunch of action movies. Why do you think romance films are starting to have like another renaissance?
Um, I think everything is cyclical, I think I'm grateful for it. But I think people are maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a cause of COVID. Maybe it's a cause for connection. I'm not sure. I'm trying to come from it from maybe a different point of view. Maybe they're all coming it from a female perspective, where I want them to have that, but I'm trying to say, oh, they're not just for women. It can be something as a shared experience too, and I kind of dabbled with that with I did a Netflix movie called Falling in Love, where I was like, oh, this is kind of fun, and it was kind of Netflix's first attempt at like a Hallmark type film, and it was my first feature in like 10 years or so to speak. So I don't know. I kind of like don't plan a career. Um, I just kind of like let it let it take me.
Yes.
That makes any sense?
Yeah, for sure. Uh,
Yeah.
but why did you think this book series would make a great feature film?
Um, I actually I kind of I actually didn't look at it like that. I just said like, oh, this book. I found the book on Goodreads, and I it just kind of I read it and I was like, this book is kind of this plot and these characters are interesting to me because it's not like other kind of books that I've read before because it has a male kind of aspect to it. And even though there was like uh, there was a toxicity that I kind of getting away from in a lot of these books, so to speak. And I even maybe because it was 2023, maybe because I'm a parent of daughters. I don't know, you know. But because I spec'd the book, and what that means is I wrote it for free. You know, I
Oh,
took a gamble on it. I wasn't hired to write this. I got the option rights, you know, but there was a lot of money against it because it was developed like 10 years ago at a studio, but I didn't use those rights because it would have been too expensive to make that movie. I just said I'm going to just try and make it my own thing and make a movie I want to make. um, so I went about it that way.
yeah. And it's interesting. Dylan Sprouse doesn't do a ton of acting compared to his brother. I feel like he's very decisive in the roles that he takes. How did he become a part of this movie?
He reached out to me. It was kind of odd. You know, we were kind of starting to cast, and I was like, I don't know if this will be able to find the guy, because we were able to find like really hunky guys that looked the type but didn't necessarily have the comedic chops,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that I was looking for, or we found comedic actors that no way had that build. And I was like, uh-oh, I might have just wasted about 8 months of my life. And then all of a sudden he texted me one night and he goes, I love this script. And I was like, cool. What part are you talking about? And he goes, Travis. And I'm like, can you play this? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, can you get in this shape? And he goes, I've done it before. And I'm like, dude, if you can do this, like, I will, I'm calling the studio right now. And he was flying into from Hungary, I don't know. And I said, come to the studio like next day. And you know, second he signed on board, we got him like training every day and all that. And we just morphed him into this character. And
Yeah, it was very impressive. How did you go about shooting the fight scenes? Especially a lot of times they're very circular. How did you, as a director, go about shooting those that it's still engaging, but it's also the other people who are in the scene as well as like his interactions with Abby?
you know, a lot of that credit goes to my cinematographer Josh Reese, you know, and the stunt coordinator. You know, that is like something where, as a director, I'm not known for like my fight stuff, and that's where one of the great lessons in directing is you surround yourself with really great people. You know, like, so I turned to my producer Brian Pitt and I'm like, all right, dude, get me the best. You know, get me the guys who can do this. And Josh had done that Halle Berry movie, Bruised.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, this makes sense.
now you got it. And I'm like, all right, good, him. And I'm like, you handle this, you know? And like, all was important to me was that each fight have its own different look, you
Yeah,
know? You know, we wanted to make everything look different, and change it up.
yeah.
Um,
It wasn't flat at all. Another, to me, it felt very much like a surprise casting, but I'm like, it makes so much sense. Was Brian Austin Green as Mick? Like that made total sense to me when I saw it, but I didn't know that it was going to happen. How did he become a part of the project?
that a lot was the studio had we're going through lists of, like, you know, you want to kind of surprise people with taking people who are familiar with one sort of thing and flipping it,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I actually love Brian and in this show, I think it was called The Wedding Band.
I
um
remember that. Yes.
he was so good in it. You know, And actually, I don't know if you saw that 90210. They did that Meadow in 90210.
Hmm.
I love that too. So it's not necessarily like where you're just stunt casting off of some 90s thing, but you're it's some other stuff. But he's terrific, you
Yeah.
know? And it kind of is it's just fun to see them in different stuff.
Yes. So there's other books in the series, and we kind of get like a little token wink at the end about another book or perhaps a sequel. Would you love to continue to do the series?
Yeah, I mean the thing is with the series is um it's not like a Harry Potter where it continues with the protagonist. I think the other books are the other brothers, so to speak. So it's different than other books. It's other book series. It's not a continuation of the same characters. So even with the other books, the timelines are skewed. So who knows what the future holds and all that.
Yes. And what was your favorite scene from the book to see come to life that you were really excited to see from your
I
point
think the
of
opening
view?
scene.
Yes.
I think the opening fight. That
Yeah.
was the one where we tried to stay true to the book.
Yes. It was very cute and sweet. And now the name Pigeon sounds just very endearing to me. So
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me, and
Thank
I look
you.
forward to talk to you about future projects.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. You have a good one. Thank you.
You too.